Discipline is about doing what needs to be done, even when every fiber of your being resists. It's the hard truth most people dodge, but it's the line between winning and losing. This isn't about waiting for the perfect moment or chasing fleeting bursts of motivation. If you sit around hoping to feel ready, you'll be stuck forever. Discipline isn't a mood you catch on a good day. It's a choice you make every day, especially when it's tough. Think about it. How many times have you let opportunities slip because you put things off? How often has the lure of comfort robbed you of progress? This isn't just talk. It's about facing reality head-on. It's about mastering yourself when excuses are screaming in your ears. If you can train yourself to embrace discipline, you can transform every part of your life. And that's exactly what we're diving into here. Chapter 1. Stare down your laziness and don't back down. Discipline doesn't show up like a gift on your doorstep. It's not a spark of inspiration that magically changes you. It's a battle you choose to fight, especially when you'd rather do anything else. That moment when laziness creeps in, when your bed feels like a magnet, when your mind whispers, you deserve a break, that's when you've got to stand firm and refuse to budge. Give laziness an inch, and it'll take over every time. It's got an endless supply of excuses, always ready with another reason to delay. But if you shut it down, if you plant your feet and say no, you start building a strength that reshapes your entire life. Laziness is sneaky. It doesn't always look like sitting on the couch. Sometimes it's mindlessly scrolling your phone, snacking when you're not hungry, or doing busy work to avoid the hard stuff. That's how it tricks you, making you think you're productive when you're really just dodging what matters. Here's the deal. Growth lives in the tough stuff. The tasks that make you sweat, that demand your focus, that push you to your limits, those are what forge a disciplined life. To become disciplined, you've got to see laziness for what it is, the enemy of your potential. Every morning, when you feel that urge to hit snooze, that's discipline calling your name. You either answer it or ignore it. But every time you ignore it, you're giving laziness the upper hand. Every time you choose comfort over action, you're training your mind to give in. And when life demands your best, you'll already be wired to quit. That's why letting laziness win, even once, is so dangerous. It starts shaping who you are. One skipped workout isn't just about missing a day. It's about building a habit of saying no to discipline. So, ask yourself, how many times have you picked the easy path over the one that matters? How many "I'll do it tomorrows" have turned into days that look just like today? That's laziness cutting a deal with you, and you signed it. If you want a better life, you've got to stop making those deals. Face laziness head-on. Look it in the eye and say, "Not today." Act in that very moment, even if your mind is screaming for a way out. That's how you force discipline into your system. The reason so many people stay stuck isn't a lack of smarts or chances. It's because they keep bargaining with laziness. They wait for the right vibe, the perfect timing, the burst of energy. But those things don't just show up. If you wait for them, you'll wait forever. Discipline starts when you move before you're ready, when you push through laziness despite its pull. Your mind is a pro at selling you comfort. You worked hard yesterday, chill today. You're too tired right now. One day off won't hurt. Those aren't innocent thoughts, they're shackles. They keep you stuck in the same place, with the same results, living the same life. The people you look up to? They're not smarter or luckier than you. They just stopped making deals with laziness. They built discipline by ignoring excuses and acting even when they didn't feel like it. That's the not-so-glamorous secret. It's not about punishment, it's about self-respect. When you refuse to let laziness win, you're telling yourself, "I'm worth the effort. My dreams are worth the grind. My future is worth the discomfort." That's not cruelty, it's honor at its highest form. Laziness will never vanish completely. It'll show up tomorrow, next week, next year. You can't make it disappear, but you can strip away its power. Every time you choose action over excuses, you take a piece of its strength. Over time, the scales tip, laziness weakens, discipline grows. Eventually, discipline isn't just something you do, it's who you are. But it all starts with one moment, the moment you stop negotiating. It won't be easy. Your body will resist, your mind will argue, every excuse will scream. But that's the exact moment discipline is born, not when it feels good, not when it's convenient, but when it's hard. That's where your strength begins. So what's one thing you've been putting off? Where has laziness been winning in your life? Maybe it's your health, your work, your goals. Whatever it is, know this: the longer you let laziness call the shots, the more time you lose, and time doesn't come back. That's the real cost. Not just wasted hours, but missed chances. Start small. Pick one thing you know you need to do and do it now. Don't overthink it. Don't debate it. Just move. That small win starts to crack the pattern. And once you break it once, you can break it again. That's how discipline grows, through tiny victories stacked up until they become an unbreakable foundation. That's how you force yourself to live a disciplined life. Chapter 2. Act fast on small steps to build unstoppable momentum. Discipline isn't forged through massive, one-off efforts. It's built through tiny actions you take the moment they pop into your head. Every time you hesitate, every time you push something off, you chip away at your ability to act. The secret to real discipline lies in moving instantly, without debate, without delay. These small, swift actions train your mind and body to respond without second-guessing, creating a foundation for strength that transforms every part of your life. Think about how many opportunities slip away because you paused too long. You felt the urge to hit the gym but told yourself you'd do it later, and later never came. You remembered a call you needed to make but put it off, only to forget entirely. You had a spark of inspiration to jot down an idea but convinced yourself it could wait, and it faded. These moments don't seem like a big deal in the instant, but they quietly teach your mind that stalling is okay. The more you let hesitation win, the weaker your discipline becomes. Now picture the flip side. Imagine every time you thought of something productive, you acted right away. You felt thirsty and grabbed a glass of water. You remembered a task and started it immediately. You thought about reading and opened the book without a second thought. These quick wins build something powerful, the habit of instant response. That habit stops laziness in its tracks before it can take root. It keeps procrastination from digging in. And it puts you in the driver's seat of your own life. The power of acting fast lies in outrunning your brain's excuses. Your mind is quick. It can whip up a list of reasons to stop within seconds. I'm too tired. I'll have more energy later. This can wait. But those excuses only show up if you give them time to form. If you move before your brain can argue, you win. You shut down the debate before it starts. That's why small, immediate actions beat big, delayed ones every time. To build this skill, start simple. The second your alarm goes off, get out of bed. No snoozing, no scrolling, just move. When a small task comes to mind, tackle it right then, even if it takes just a minute. These tiny actions send a clear message: I'm in control. Each one strengthens your ability to act without hesitation. Discipline isn't about chasing grand goals right away. It's about teaching yourself that your actions follow your decisions, no questions asked. Don't underestimate small steps. They're the seeds of massive change. Acting instantly on something small, like making your bed or writing a single sentence, trains the same mental muscle you'll use for bigger challenges down the road. Getting up the moment your alarm rings builds the same discipline that'll help you push through a tough project later. You can't skip the small stuff. It's the training ground for the big wins. Here's a practical trick. When a necessary task pops into your head, count down from 3, 3, 2, 1, and move. Don't let the thought linger. This simple rule cuts hesitation off at the knees. It breaks the habit of waiting and builds a reflex to act. With practice, you won't need the countdown. Your body will just move. That's what discipline feels like, not forced effort, but a trained instinct. Some days, even small actions will feel heavier than they should. You'll want to put them off. That's when the real training happens. You're not building a life where everything feels easy. You're building a mind that moves no matter what. Feelings are fickle. One day you're pumped, the next you're drained. If your actions depend on how you feel, you'll never be consistent. But if they depend on a trained response, you'll be unstoppable. Look at anyone who's mastered consistency. They don't wait for a burst of inspiration. They've trained themselves to act the moment a decision is made. That's why they get results. They're not perfect, they just don't delay. And discipline isn't about perfection. It's about showing up every time, over time. Hesitation doesn't just waste moments, it erodes your self-respect. Every time you delay, you feel that sting of disappointment. You know you could have acted, but didn't. That regret piles up, turning into frustration and eventually self-doubt. But when you act instantly, Even on something small, you feel a spark of pride. That pride fuels your drive, making the next action easier. Soon, you're building momentum instead of regret. Discipline is a choice you repeat until it's second nature. The fastest way to make that happen is by acting instantly. When a productive thought hits, move before excuses creep in. When resistance shows up, step into it before it grows. Every quick action proves you're stronger than hesitation. And the beauty of this? Anyone can start right now. You don't need money, gear, or special skills, just the willingness to act the moment a thought strikes. Consider this. Everyone gets the same 24 hours. Some build disciplined lives. Others let their days slip away. The difference isn't time, it's response. Some jump on their decisions, others dawdle. Which group do you want to be in? The answer lies in what you do the second a task enters your mind. Stop giving hesitation the wheel. Honor your thoughts with instant action. When you feel the urge to do something good, move. When a task is waiting, tackle it now. When you're tempted to delay, choose to act. Those choices might feel small, but they're shaping who you become. Discipline is built in these moments. Not tomorrow, not someday, but right now. Take small steps instantly, and you'll train yourself to respond without pause. That reflex becomes your shield against laziness, procrastination, and wasted time. It's the tool that keeps you focused and strong. And it's the foundation of a life that grows better every single day. Chapter 3. Master your mind before it steers your choices. The toughest battles for discipline aren't fought in the gym or at your desk. They happen inside your head. Every move you make starts as a spark in your mind, and every choice you land on is shaped by the thoughts you let linger. If you don't take charge of what's swirling in your brain, your life will be tugged around by fleeting impulses, emotions, or doubts. But when you learn to steer your thoughts, you unlock the power to make sharper, stronger decisions. Discipline isn't just about action. It's about owning the mental game that drives every step you take. Most people don't realize how much their thoughts run the show. They think actions stand alone, separate from what's in their head. But the truth is, your actions are just the shadow of your thoughts. Let your mind dwell on negativity, like "I'll never get better" or "this is too hard," and you'll stop trying before you start. Thoughts aren't just passing clouds. They're the roots of every decision. They build your future, one idea at a time. That's why controlling your mind is the bedrock of a disciplined life. When you don't pay attention to your thoughts, your mind becomes a breeding ground for doubt. One negative idea sparks another, and soon you're drowning in hesitation or excuses. You tell yourself you're too worn out, not good enough, or that the effort isn't worth it. If those thoughts take hold, they'll steer you away from what's tough but necessary. Over time, your life starts to mirror that weakness, settling for less than you're capable of. The good news? You can flip the script. You can train your mind to filter thoughts like you filter what you eat. Not every thought deserves a seat at the table. The first step is noticing what's going on in your head. Most people coast on autopilot, letting thoughts pile up without questioning them. They treat their thoughts like facts when they're often just opinions, fears, or echoes of old habits. To take control, pause and ask, what's running through my mind right now? Is this pushing me forward or holding me back? Is it building discipline or tearing it down? Just asking those questions pulls you out of the mental fog. It gives you the power to separate yourself from a thought instead of letting it call the shots. Next, swap out the junk thoughts for ones that fuel you. You can't just wish negative thoughts away. Your mind doesn't work like that. If you want to ditch a bad thought, you need to replace it with a better one. When your brain says, "I can't do this," counter it with, "I'll tackle one piece of it right now." When it whispers, "I'm too tired to start," hit back with, "Starting now creates my momentum." This isn't about faking positivity. It's about pointing your mind toward strength instead of surrender. Your environment plays a huge role in what you think. The stuff you consume, news, social media, conversations, shapes your headspace. Hang around people who complain all the time, and you'll start sounding like them without even noticing. Fill your day with endless distractions, and your thoughts will lean toward comfort over growth. If you want a disciplined mind, guard what you let in. Surround yourself with people who talk with purpose and focus. Cut back on the noise that pulls you toward negativity. Your thoughts reflect what you feed them. Reflection is a game changer for controlling your mind. Take a moment each day to look back and ask, did my thoughts push me toward my goals today, Or did they drag me away? Where did I let negativity win? Where did I take charge? This habit sharpens your awareness and helps you catch weak patterns before they dig in. The more you reflect, the faster you spot thoughts that don't serve you. Here's a key truth. Your feelings follow your thoughts. If your mind's a mess, your emotions will be all over the place. Discouraged 1 minute, anxious the next. Not because life's throwing curveballs, but because your thoughts are framing things that way. When you get a grip on your thinking, your emotions steady out. You feel capable, grounded, ready to move. And when your emotions are stable, your choices get sharper. That's why mastering your thoughts isn't just mental gymnastics. It directly boosts your energy, focus, and follow-through. You've also got to challenge thoughts that twist reality. Your mind loves to blow things out of proportion. This task is impossible. I don't have time. I'm bound to fail. Step back and call them out. Those aren't facts. They're fears dressed up as truth. The task might be big, but you can break it into steps. You might not feel ready, but you can start with what you've got. Failure's a possibility, sure, but so is success. Challenging those distortions stops them from hijacking your actions. Controlling your thoughts doesn't mean ignoring life's challenges. It's about choosing how you respond to them in your head before you act. A disciplined mind says, "This is tough, but I'll handle it one step at a time." An undisciplined mind says, "This is too hard, so why bother?" Same situation, different thoughts, wildly different outcomes. To make this real, start paying attention to the small moments. What do you tell yourself when your alarm rings? When you face a tough task? When you're tempted to procrastinate? Catch those thoughts and replace them on the spot. Instead of 5 more minutes in bed, say, "Getting up now makes me stronger." Instead of "I'll do it later," say, "Starting now keeps me sharp." Instead of "This is overwhelming," say, "I'll take the first step." This retrains your mind to work for you, not against you. Over time, these small wins stack up. You'll feel stronger, more in control, because your thoughts aren't running wild anymore. You're running them. That trust in yourself builds a quiet power. You stop feeling like a puppet to your moods. Distractions lose their pull. You live with purpose, not reaction. That's the heart of discipline, choosing your path instead of being dragged by whims. The biggest reward of controlling your thoughts is freedom. People think discipline chains you down, but it's the opposite. When your mind is clear and focused, you're free from the chaos of doubt and impulses. You get to decide your actions, not your fleeting feelings. That freedom brings strength, peace, and the ability to keep moving forward, no matter what life throws at you. From now on, treat every thought like a guest knocking at your mind's door. Some bring value, let them in. Others bring trouble, show them out. You've got the power to choose who stays. Use it daily, and discipline won't just be something you do, it'll be how you live. Don't let your thoughts drag you into weak choices. Take the reins, steer them toward strength, and watch how they shape a life that matches your highest goals. Chapter 4. Grind through repetition until it becomes you. Your habits are built on what you do over and over. Your brain doesn't care if those habits lift you up or drag you down. It just makes them easier each time you repeat them. Keep putting things off, and procrastination becomes your default. Keep making excuses, and they'll roll off your tongue without thought. But keep pushing through with effort, and that strength becomes automatic too. Discipline isn't a one-time choice. It's forged by repeating the right actions until your brain rewires itself to embrace them. Think back to when you first tried something tough. Maybe it was hitting the gym, waking up early, or tackling a new skill. It felt like climbing a mountain, awkward, draining, even overwhelming. But stick with it, and something shifts. The task doesn't change, but it stops feeling so foreign. After enough reps, it's just part of your routine. That's not magic, it's your brain adapting to repetition. What felt impossible once, like tying your shoes or driving a car, became second nature because you kept at it. Discipline works the same way. The problem is, most people bail too early. They try a new habit, hit the wall of discomfort, and decide it's not for them. They expect discipline to feel smooth right away, but nothing does at first. Your brain clings to what's familiar, resisting anything new. That resistance isn't a sign to quit, it's proof you're rewiring. Push through, and you'll break that barrier. Give up, and you teach your brain to fight harder next time. Repetition isn't optional, It's the only way to make discipline stick. Consistency trumps intensity every time. One epic effort that fizzles out changes nothing. Small, steady actions do. Want to read more? 2 pages every day beats 100 pages once a month. Want to get fit? Moving your body daily outshines one killer workout followed by weeks of nothing. Your brain learns through rhythm, not random bursts. It's the daily grind, showing up again and again, that carves discipline into your system. Don't expect instant transformation. Your brain doesn't flip a switch after a couple of tries. It needs time to adjust, and that means pushing through the stage where it feels forced or uncomfortable. Think of it like planting a seed. If you keep digging it up to check for growth, it'll never take root. But give it steady care, and it'll grow deep. Discipline is the same. Keep repeating, even when you don't see results yet, and it'll become part of you. Every time you repeat a disciplined action, you're stacking evidence in your favor. One push-up proves you can move. One sentence written shows you can create. One day of sticking to your plan proves you can take charge. Each rep chips away at doubt and builds belief in yourself. Over time, that belief grows so strong that discipline isn't something you force, it's who you are. There'll be days when repetition feels like a slog. That's normal. Those moments, when you're bored, tired, or ready to quit, are where the real change happens. Every time you push through, you deepen the groove in your brain. The deeper that groove, the easier it gets to keep going. Stop, and you lose ground. Persist, and you lock in progress. That's why sticking with it matters more than chasing fleeting motivation. A practical way to make repetition stick is to tie it to something you already do. Want to build gratitude? Jot down 3 things you're thankful for right after brushing your teeth. Want to exercise? Do a few stretches after pouring your morning coffee. Linking new habits to existing ones creates a trigger that keeps you consistent. The less you have to think about it, the easier it is to repeat. Celebrate the act of showing up, not just the big wins. Too many people only reward themselves when they hit major goals, but the real victory is in the repetition itself. Every time you follow through, you're winning. Acknowledge that, and your brain will crave the next rep. That's how you make the grind sustainable. Repetition can feel monotonous, but that's part of the deal. Your brain loves shiny new things, but discipline isn't about excitement, it's about commitment. The plain, uneventful days are the ones that shape you. When you keep showing up, even when it's boring, you prove you're serious. That grit is what separates those who succeed from those who fade out. Look at your life now. The way you talk, move, or handle stress, all of it came from repetition. You did it enough times, and it became automatic. If repetition built your old habits, it can build new ones too. The question isn't whether it works, it does. The question is whether you'll stick with it long enough for your brain to catch up. Try this. Pick one small habit and commit to it every day for 30 days. No skips. Maybe it's writing a paragraph, drinking a glass of water first thing, or cutting out screens before bed. Push through the discomfort, the boredom, the urge to quit. By day 30, it'll start feeling normal. Stretch it to 60 days, and it'll be harder to stop than to keep going. That's the power of repetition. It flips your brain's default. Most people never change because they're impatient. They want quick fixes, instant results. But repetition is the real shortcut. It feels slow, but it's the fastest way to rewire your mind. Once your brain accepts the new habit, you're not fighting yourself anymore, you're just living it. That's freedom. Discipline isn't a mystery. It's the result of grinding through repetition until your brain gives in to the new pattern. At first, you carry the habit. Then the habit carries you. You stop relying on willpower and start relying on who you've become. That transformation is within reach for anyone willing to repeat long enough. So don't quit when it feels awkward or slow. Keep going. Force the action day after day, until it's not just what you do, it's who you are. That's how discipline takes root, and that's how you build a life that lasts. We've covered a lot of ground together, from staring down laziness to mastering your mind, grinding through repetition, and building unbreakable habits. But here's the truth. This isn't just a book you've listened to. It's a blueprint for the life you deserve. Discipline isn't some distant dream or a gift for the motivated few. It's a skill you build, one choice at a time. And right now, in this moment, you have everything you need to start. Let's recap the fire we've ignited. Chapter 1. Face laziness head-on. No deals, no excuses. Choose action every time it calls. Chapter 2. Act instantly on small steps. Build momentum before hesitation sneaks in. Chapter 3. Master your thoughts. Swap doubt for direction and watch your choices transform. Chapter 4. Grind through repetition. Make discipline automatic until it's who you are. And the rest? From fighting impulses and using pressure to directing your energy and conditioning your mind, every tool is here to turn weakness into strength. You've heard the science, the stories, the strategies. But knowledge without action is just noise. The real magic happens when you do. So, here's your challenge. Start tonight. Pick one lesson from this audiobook. Maybe it's getting up the second your alarm rings. Or replacing a negative thought with a commanding one. Or committing to 5 minutes of a key task right now. Do it. Feel the shift. Tomorrow, add another. Stack those wins, and watch your life level up. Remember, discipline isn't punishment, it's freedom. It's the freedom to chase your goals without regret. The freedom to trust yourself when no one else does. The freedom to build a future that makes you proud. You're not the same person who started this audiobook. You're stronger. You're ready. Laziness? It's losing. Comfort? It's crumbling. Your disciplined life? It's launching.